Hey guys, Johnny here. This is a very quick video. There seems to be a misunderstanding on the possession tactics video I posted earlier. Um, that video was made showing what I was using and what I'd recommend if you were new to possession. That is not what I use currently. That is what I'd recommend if you use possession. If you're new to possession, that's what I'd recommend. What I meant by that was, sorry, I'm trying to see if I've got the formation here. Yeah. What I meant by that was if you have a, sorry, I said, I'm just trying to build up CB. Right, a build up CB, where was it? A defensive fullback, and yeah. Now, I recommended defensive fullback next to a build up and a destroyer next to a no, sorry, it was like that. A destroyer next to a build up and a destroyer next to a defensive fullback and a build up next to an attacking fullback. That's what I recommended. Now, I recommended this because if you struggle to defend, and what I mean by this is if you don't like to win the ball back high up the pitch, then this is what you should use. Now, for me, team playstyle, if you look at possession, when defending, it keeps a high defensive line to put pressure on opponents from the front line. Now, for me, I feel like the best people who do that, like to win the ball high up the pitch, are destroyers. That's why I use, I'm going to switch to this one. That's why I use two destroyers, and I can use you can use a defensive fullback, but again, that's personal preference. But I like to have as many destroyers as I can, and then one attacking fullback, and then maybe one defensive fullback. Now, again, team play style, possession. So what happens is the destroyers are, as you can see, I've leveled them. They're insanely quick, insanely aggressive in terms of physical contact, tackling, aggression. Same with tackling, physical contact, and speed. As you can see, they're all quick. I believe that's the same for Puyol as well, as you can see. Insanely quick. Now, I like to win the ball high up the pitch, and I need my destroyers. That's why I use destroyers. I need my defenders to be tight to the opponent's heart. The opponent's strikers, cams, whatever they are. That's why I use, just personally, I use two destroyers and maybe a defensive fullback. No, sorry, maybe a destroyer at left back or right back, personal preference. Or as you can see, I have Costa Curta on the bench. I might use a defensive fullback. Now, the only reason why I use a defensive fullback is because, for instance, my Rijkaard is an anchorman. An anchorman in this game is supposed to sit back, but in this game, for some reason, it doesn't. So what I do is I put instruction anchoring on my DMF, and then maybe I might put defensive on my DMF. And because I put defensive on my DMF and anchoring, I don't have a spare space to put on my defensive fullback. That's why I use a defensive fullback instead of a destroyer at left back. Because a destroyer, I'd need to put defensive on him. But as you can see, my Rijkaard is really quick. He's strong on the ball as well. So he's got high aggression. That's why I don't need to put defensive on my Rijkaard anymore. I can put defensive on my destroyer. That's why my destroyer is back in the team. But yeah, this is what I personally use. This is what I use because like I said, I'm used to possession. The other video is what I'd recommend if you were new to possession and you were trying to, I don't know, like get the ball high up the pitch quicker than usual, versus me on this tactic trying to, for instance, keep the ball, cam like the left wingers and right wingers. I'll show you what I use. So I've got anchoring on the DMF, defensive on the left fullback, whatever it is, and then destroyers here. Now, again, defensive fullback you can use, and then you can take off, you can put maybe defensive on your DMF instead with anchoring. But again, Rijkaard's fast enough for me, so I don't need defensive. So I just put defensive on my fullback, which is Maldini. Again, now this is all I use. And then like I said before, I might put anchoring on the striker. So that would mean I have to take off defensive on maybe on Romario. And then what I could do again is I could put, again, as you can see, I've taken off defensive. So now Maldini will probably like push up the pitch, which I don't want. So what I could do is in game, you could put down on the D-pad to go defensive. So what would happen is your defensive whoever your fullback is should stay back, and then the midfielder should come and help defend. So again, you can use defensive on a D-pad to help, like, defending, but personal preference. Now let me show you. I've got a clip here. I think I've got a video actually. I've got a video of why I wouldn't recommend you using. Actually, I don't have a video. Wow, I thought I did. That's crazy. I thought I had a video. Anyway, I should have a video. I don't know where it's gone. I must have deleted it. Anyway, I'll probably make another video on this to show you how I play and the disadvantages of this. As you can see, my left back and right back are literally the same width, because I want my team to be very compact. I want my wingers and my fullbacks to be the exact same width. As you can see, if I do them up, they're the exact same width, nothing special. Then my fullbacks, as you can see, the exact same width, nothing special. And then, yeah, so what happens is, because I've got no instructions on my wingers, what happens is they drop back a bit to like receive the ball to feet, which is what I want, versus me just spamming the ball to the left winger like I did in the other video, which I showed you earlier. So that's why I don't use counter target on them. As you can see, I've got loads of players on the bench. I've got Rafael, Salah, I've got Mbappe, Hullet, and stuff like that. Again, I keep these two available, because what happens is when I face wingers, people who use like 4-3-3 like me, or 4-2-4, which is 2 strikers and some wingers, what I need is my fullbacks to tight mark the wingers. So what I do is I'd put tight marking. As you can see, it means certain players on the pitch will be marked tighter than the others. And as I said, I've got 2 destroyers at CB who are very quick. So even when, for instance, Maldini goes here to mark a whoever the winger is, Nesta is quick enough to cover the gap created here. This gap in between Maldini and Nesta, and then the same for Iniesta. You know what I'm saying? I can, like, whoever runs here, Nesta is quick enough to recover. So that's why I do that. And then what else? So yeah, as I was saying, sorry. So what happens is, that's why I use 2 destroyers at CB. And then, yeah, so I tight mark the wingers, because sometimes, like, I believe the opponents have counter target on their wingers, leaving my fullbacks exposed. So what I do is I tight mark the wingers, And because Cafu sometimes goes up the pitch, as you can see, because he's attacking fullback, he goes up the pitch. What would happen is Cannavaro, a destroyer with pace, would tight mark whoever the winger is here, leaving Nesta to kind of be. So I'm kind of defending like a 3-back when Cafu goes up the pitch versus a like a wide formation. This is how I end up defending in a 3-back on this side when on the attacking fullback, whoever the winger is over here. So that's what I do. Again, try to put this back. Yeah, that's what I do. Again, personal preference, up to you. Yeah, that's what I do. And then that's how I defend with destroyers and defensive fullback or destroyer at fullback, personal preference. Again, another reason why is destroyer at fullback is because for some reason I've been seeing a few wingers beat my defenders in the air with headers, which is sometimes, I don't know how. I might see Mbappe, for instance, or I might see Leao. Like Leao, I don't know, he wins almost every header. Same with Ronaldinho. I don't know why they win headers. And again, the 3-striker meta, some people they use Shevchenko, Drogba, and they might have Shevchenko as the wide CF. And again, I need someone who can win headers. As you can see, Maldini's got 90 jumping. That's why I use him. Yeah, so again, I have creative playmaker. I'd probably use goal poacher if I face long ball counter. Quick counter, probably use Fox in a Box. Or I use Fox in a Box anyway because I just love the card and the way they play. As the winger, I'd probably use roaming. I definitely recommend using roaming flank as a wide winger. Again, you can use creative playmaker. I only use creative playmaker on the left because Neymar has really good ball control, dribbling, and passing. And I like Neymar, and I like the ball to come to feet. But you can use a prolific winger. Bear with me. A prolific winger, for example, Ribery. He's a prolific winger. I'd recommend that as well. So yeah, you can use prolific winger. Definitely roaming flank on one of the sides, either way. Again, the same thing applies. Orchestrator, 100% needed. I use a creative playmaker. You can use a whole player at center mid. You can use another orchestrator if you'd like. I use a creative playmaker, personal preference. DM, I use Anchorman now again, but as I mentioned before, I have to put anchoring on the DMF. Again, I can use Vieira here. Again, same rule applies. I have to put anchoring on Vieira. And I think maybe defensive on Vieira. I'm not sure. Personal preference again. But anchoring is a must because in this formation, you want the DM to sit in between the CBs. And for instance, you want them to sit in between the midfielders as well. So what you want to do with the DM is you want to either press whoever has the ball or delay your team or delay the person's attackers long enough for your center mids to come back and help, or your attacking fullback to recover. So that's why I use that. But yeah, right now I'm using anchoring on my DMF. I've got defensive on my left back, anchoring on my DMF. And that's all I use. And again, if I face wingers, I'd put tight marking on the wingers because they just send the ball out wide. And especially when they go for a goal kick. Like, because I press from the front, right? So I might press with Messi, I might press with Ribery. And what happens is when the fullback gets the ball, they just clear it up the pitch. And for some reason, the wingers they have are always free. And that's where tight marking comes into play. Because I've got tight marking on the wingers, Maldini, who's quick, and Nakafu, who's quick as well, are quick enough to run into the wingers and win the headers. So I'm kind of like boxing them in, if that makes sense. I'm pressing from the front, And if for some reason they skip my front press, then this is where the destroyers come into play, because then I can press them high up the pitch with these guys. Again, I hope that sorts out the confusion. This is what I personally use, and the other video was what I used as and what I'd recommend as a beginner if you were learning possession. Like I said, I keep the ball close to me. I like to have the ball. I don't like sitting back and defending. I like to dominate in every aspect of the pitch, whereas possession, tackles, I just want the opponent to feel like they're overwhelmed in midfield and defense. That's why I use this. Hopefully that answers some of your questions. Oh, again, this is how I level my CBs. I give them 8 in defending, 8 in aerial, 8 in lower body, and then the rest in dexterity. If I go past 8, I put the rest in passing. As you can see, the same with Cannavaro. Defending, aerial, lower body, dexterity, and then the rest in passing. The same with Maldini. Because Maldini is a centre-back, but I play my left-back. Again, so I train him as a centre-back because his card originally is a centre-back. So again, 8 in defending, 8 in aerial, 8 in lower body, 8 in dexterity, and then the rest in passing. Same with Puyol. 8 in defending, 8 in aerial, 8 in lower body, 8 in dexterity. And then because I put 4 in passing, I can put 2 in dribbling. But again, personal preference. You might decide to put the rest in passing, but I put 2 in dribbling, personal preference. In fact, I might actually take the dribbling off. Okay, and put it in passing actually. No, I think I put it in passing because I didn't have enough points. As you can see, I do. It was only 1 point in passing, but I could put 2 in dribbling. So I decided to do that. You can put an extra in passing, up to you. But I'll put in dribbling just to show you what I did. But again, the main things for defender is 8 in defending, 8 in aerial, 8 in lower body, 8 in dexterity, where you can. If you can get 8 in dexterity, would be nice. If you can't get 8 in dexterity, a good example is this free Van Dijk. I'll show you again. As you can see, this free Van Dijk is okay. Thanks for the follow. That's crazy. I'm recording and I got a follow. That's crazy. Auto allocate again. Actually, I won't even auto allocate. Let me discard that. 8 in defending, 8 in aerial, 8 in lower body, and the rest. As you can see, I don't have enough points to get to 8. And I stop there. I don't put any in passing, any in dribbling. I don't do, oh, let me put in passing. Nah. I just leave it in dexterity. And that's how I defend. So you want to go from bottom to top and work your way. So you start from defending, aerial, lower body, and then dexterity. If there's nothing left in dexterity, that's fine. Just leave it as that. But you want to start from bottom to top so you get used to it. And then, for instance, if you had 8 in dexterity and nothing else, that's still fine. If you've got 8 in dexterity and some points left, then you put the rest in passing. Up to you. As you can see, Van Dijk is about the same level as this Van Dijk. They've got the same passing, same dribbling. And this is a player of the week one. Again, I've explained how I level them and how I've noticed Konami level them. The exact same speed, pretty much the same heading. Again, pretty much the same physical contact and jumping. But then again, the new Van Dijk, player of the week, has boosts as well. As you can see, pretty much they have the same aggression, same defensive awareness, and same stamina roughly. So technically, and plus, if you notice, the free Van Dijk, you can actually give him skills compared to the team of the week. So in general, really and truly, the free Van Dijk is better than the player of the week because you can give him skills. So again, I hope that answers your questions. Any more questions about what you think I should make a video on or stuff like that? Again, I had a video saved on me using this tactic, but for some reason I accidentally deleted it. I will play some matches today, and then hopefully that would show how I play on this tactic, my personal one, versus what I recommended in the other video. Where's Nesta? Alright, cool. Well, thanks for watching. Peace.